And that's in there at the knees.
That's a ball.
That one
That's
missed.
ball 3.
Next pitch in for a strike, and the count's full. Got him swinging. As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. Singy, this lineup has the benefit of playing behind a great pitching staff. They've got a really low ERA.
Yeah, and, you know, with that said, there's not as much pressure on the offense, but make no mistake about it. Players want to hit the ball hard, and they want to score runs. They want to jog around the bases, hitting the ball over the fence. So regardless of how dominant the staff can be, the attitude is we want to go out there and have some fun with the bat. So we'll see. One big inning in this one, you know, could be all they need, but you'd like to have multiple big innings.
The 1-0. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
The count 2-1. Judge rips that one. The throw in. And Aaron Judge cruising into second. He's got a double.
Batting third,
loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
One out. Runner at second. Bellinger up to hit. He's been a great free agent sign.
Ball.
Runner at second here, one gone. Ground ball left side, and that's just foul. Here's a 1-1. And a strike on the outside edge. Base knock center field. Here comes the Judge around third. He will score and they take the lead. It's an RBI single, 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Just missed. Man at first, one away. And that's ripped into left. Base hit. Relay throw to second. In there. That's a double.
There he is coming through with a knock right there. I like the fact that he can pick him up and put him down a little bit. First basemen aren't known for the speed, but you see him get that extra base hit there. Now he's in scoring position.
Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. Golden opportunity right here. Rip to first, caught.
Great diving catch on the line drive, and the ground does not cause a fumble. Great athleticism on that play right there.
first pitch, and that's in for a strike.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got one run in, you got to try to get another one or maybe two.
Two on, two outs.
Ball.
This one in the dirt, and well done to keep it close. Out to short. Correa over to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting for the Yankees, the right-hander, Will Warren. Singing, he's been outstanding and should be fun to watch.
Well, when you have a guy that can limit the opponent to very little run production, you have a great chance to win a ball game when he takes the mound. He's just having an outstanding season so far. You hope he can maintain it, because if he can, he'll be in a nice conversation at the end of the year.
And here comes Carlos Correa.
Hey!
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Off the plate, ball one.
And it remains 2-2. Got him. One away.
Batting second, designated hitter.
Now we check out the Astros lineup. The home run, a big part of the equation when it comes to this offense, Singy. They're one of the better clubs in the league in terms of putting runs up via the homer.
Yeah, that makes them even more dangerous, because they're going to get their hits, but they're also going to get those home runs and have runners on base, which is multiple runs out of one swing. So, yeah, you really have to try to manage a team like this and keep them contained. You can't give up extra outs, whether that be via an error or a walk.
The 0-1. And there's a foul ball.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
Strike three, and that's two in a row.
No, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And it's a called strike after the review. They'll keep both their challenges. Two down, nobody on. And that's a base hit. And now a 2-out opportunity for Jose Altuve.
Batting fourth, second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve up to hit here. Altuve at the plate now, and that's strike one. Paredes off of first with 2 away.
Ball, that's out. That's a ball.
In the dirt. Very high with that one. They're now 3-1. And ball four to a board.
Not what he wanted to do there, Boo. That keeps this inning alive and gives this offense a good chance to cut into their deficit.
And now it's Christian Walker. Misses again, 5 in a row.
A little frustrated with the strike zone.
This one in the air, center field. Grisham moving under this one. And that will end the inning. 2 left for the Astros. They trail here 1-0. Top of the second, and stepping in for the Yankees, J.C. Escara. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. And
ball
another
3.
ball.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
That one misses.
That's ball 4.
So
Take
a
your
leadoff
bait.
walk.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
On the ground to third. Paredes to second. Throw to
Safe,
first,
he's
but
in.
he beat it. One out man at first. Now it's the shortstop, Jose Caballero. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon.
Ball, that's inside.
Strike 2. Shoots a line drive single into right center. Around second is McMahon. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Great recovery in this one. Early in the count, he looked lost, but finished strong with a nice line drive.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. A 3-run shot, and they boost their lead. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Bull. We knew it wasn't coming back. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
One down. Here's Judge now. A double and a run scored his first time up. On the corner for a strike. And the 0-2. Got him. 2 away.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you and kind of makes you look silly.
Hey!
Bellinger, 30 years old now, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2013. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
Fights it off. He'll see another. 2 gone. Base is empty, but 3 runs across here at the top of the 2nd.
Ball 1.
Outside low, and the count is 2-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And ring him up, says Carl Dixon. That's a strikeout. Yankees get a homer to cut the lead. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Bottom half of inning number 2, and stepping in for the Astros, Cam Smith.
Hey!
That one lifted to left. Bellinger under it. And makes the grab. Now there's one away.
Batting 7th, left fielder, Dustin Harris.
Hey!
That clips the corner.
That's not the first time they've watched a fastball zip by for a strike. I don't know if they're taking intentionally in those spots, but I'd like to see them more aggressive with those pitches.
Here's the 0-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Oh, he doesn't get the call. 3-2 now. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that one did find the strike zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Next to hit, Yainer Diaz.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
Fly ball down the line. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. Two down, nobody on.
Did he go?
Started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first. Nope, he held back. And a 1-2.
That's in. Ball 2.
That one called just inside, I think, and on the mound, he's trying to get a little bit of an explanation. Doesn't seem to be too bothered by it, though, but he clearly thought it clipped the corner.
On the ground to short, Caballero. Now a jump throw. Nicely done for the out.
Pure athleticism on that one. In the air, legs split a bit, and fires across the diamond. He's going to get a lot of high fives in the dugout.
New inning getting started. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Ben Rice. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, I think this is an important inning on the mound for him in this game. He's got to find a way to settle things down and give some length in this start.
The 1-1 is fouled off. One, two now.
Ball, that's in.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him off. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's what he definitely should have laid off of.
This one smoked on its way out of here. He circles the bases, and they add a run. It's 5-zip.
They wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. So many times a sinker inside is a foul ball off the ankle for the batter. But that time he did a really nice job of staying inside the pitch and getting through it.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Grounded out his first time. Hey! On the ground, right side, but that rolls foul.
That's a ball.
One out, base is empty, and a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 2-2. And they'll do it again. Got him swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. Off the mark there. Ball 2. And another ball. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Two down, nobody on. And there's ball 4.
That's ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. McCullers gets the hook, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching.
Brian Abreu gets the call from the pen. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
There's Ryan McMahon now. 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time. And it's fouled away. The 0-1. Foul ball there. Oh, 0-2 now. Good job to fight that one off. The 0-2. This one in the air right field.
Foul ball.
And it's a foul ball. The 0-2. And he grounds one to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Giancarlo Stanton flexing that big-time power swing. And the lead is now 5-0. As we go to the last of the third, and stepping in for the Astros, Bryce Matthews. Late on that fastball.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
That's a strike, attacked with the sweeper. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swings through it for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away.
Ball 1.
Did a nice job right there. Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
And a foul ball. Here's a 1-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 1-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it. He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Ball 2.
Sets him down looking, and he strikes out the side in the third. It's the Yankees 5 and the Astros nothing. Back here in Houston, on to the fourth, Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Late with the swing there.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Cut on on and missed. Struck him out. And a quick out, number 1.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Ball 1, no strikes.
Hey, 2.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Now 2 out.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Judge
Ball back
stands
outside.
in with 2 away as he takes a ball. And
Ball
another
2.
ball. That
Ball
one
3.
misses. Ball 3. Cody Bellinger waits on deck. Two down, nobody on. And that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
The last thing you want to happen is to swing at a ball out of the zone in a 3-0 count. That would have been a called strike, just like everyone in the stadium was expecting. Credit to the hitter for taking advantage of that situation for a double.
Hey.
Runner at second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Man at second. And a good eye there.
Good location, good take. Sometimes you want the hitter to prove he can lay off that pitch.
And ball
Ball
4,
4.
2 aboard.
First base.
Up next for the Yankees, first baseman Ben Wright.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Brian Abreu won't go any further, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
Stephen Oker
Astros.
comes on now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
First and second, 2 outs. Ben Rice getting ready to hit. 1 for 2. And the
Ball.
slider just misses.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that is that. Yanks strand a pair, but they hold a 5-0 lead. bottom of the fourth, and stepping in for the Astros, Isaac Paredes.
Well, these Astros, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. Strikeouts are a little easier to stomach in baseball today, but even by those standards, they're going down way too often, and I think they're having a hard time getting any momentum going as a result.
That one fouled off. The Yankees leading by 5. We're here in the bottom of the fourth.
That's a ball.
One and two now. Altuve waits. In the air out to center. And that'll get down for a hit. And they had their first hit since the first inning.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boo. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Now, Christian Walker. The 0-1.
That's out.
Altuve leads off first with one away.
Ball inside.
Ripped, but it curls foul. Got him swinging for the K. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Quite the start to this game on the mound. Looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already. So this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
This one in the air center field. Grisham coming on. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. So one hit is all they get. We played 4. It's the Yankees 5 and the Astros nothing. Back here in Houston, in now is the Yankees DH, Giancarlo Stanton.
You know, these Yankees digging into their numbers have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
The 1-0.
Hey!
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
So now 1-2. Back foot slider struck him out.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot. Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
That one catches the zone. That's strike 2.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area. Well, when you throw the same pitch back to back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
2 down, bases empty. Here's the Yankees catcher now, J.C. Escara.
Aye.
0-1.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on.
That's ball 2.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. On to first. That completes the strikeout, inning over. It's the Yankees 5 and the Astros nothing. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and stepping in for the Astros, Dustin Harris. That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Swings and misses. That is strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Started after it, appeal to third, and no swing, says Joe McDonald. Inside, ball 2. Inside, almost got him. This one popped up. McMahon moving under it. And there's 1 down.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
That's a ball.
Hit on the ground to short. Caballero. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 outs, bases empty. Bryce Matthews now at the plate. Went down on strikes his first time through. Inside, just missed.
Aye.
On the ground, and that one handled. Over to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. Back after this on the show. We're back, and here's a look at how we got to this stage of the game. Ryan McMahon stepping in now for the Yankees.
Third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
And that one
Nope.
upstairs, ball one. Check swing called strike. That's strike one. And a big swing and a miss.
Ball two.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Right through there for a strike. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. And the 0-2. On the ground.
Foul.
And it goes just foul.
That's a ball.
Stays alive. And the
That's ball
slider
three.
just misses. On the ground to the left, Correa. And no throw for some reason as he reaches first. That's got to be an error.
Center fielder Trent Grisham.
Now it's Trent Grisham to the plate. He's already homered in this game. That one's in there, and that's strike one.
Nope.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Caballero stands at first with one out. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Oh, that slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
Now pitching.
So a new pitcher out of the bullpen for the Astros, A.J. Blueball. He last pitched 2 days ago. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. This one in the air, right field. Nice grab on the run. And that'll do it. One left for the Yankees as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead.
Now pitching for the Yankees.
Back now for the bottom of the sixth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Angel Chevy. This is his 3rd time out this year. So the Houston lineup turns over. Carlos Correa getting ready to hit. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Aye.
This one in the air, center field. Grisham gets under it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Astros, designated hitter, Alvarez.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Astros, third baseman, Paredes.
2 down, bases empty. And next to hit for Houston, Isaac Paredes. That's in there. Strike 1. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Camilo Doval, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Strike 2.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. That is the inning. Astros go down 1-2-3. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. Back here in Houston, top of inning number 7, Cody Bellinger stepping in now for the Yankees. A little bit low.
Ball
and
1.
that's ball 1.
Ball.
Way high. Swings through that. He swings and crushes one. Deep on its way. Way back there. Gone. It's a belly bomb. A solo shot. And they tack one on the board. It's 6-0.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
Ball. That pitch is out.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. Center field. Matthews under it. And there's one down.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Here's Stanton now. He's already homered here in this one. And a foul ball. Other thing in this part, I mean, he could sneeze one over the left field wall into those Crawford box seats.
Ball 1.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Just a slow ground ball this time. Walker The flip, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Yankees, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
First offering way inside, almost got him. Two down, nobody on.
Oh, that's
the
off the
home
plate.
run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
And that
Nope, that's a ball.
misses. 3 balls, no strikes.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike. But so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
On a line out towards center. And that is that. The Yanks do get one on the solo homer. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah, I love the 8.
That one ripped left field, and it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Astros, first baseman, Christian Walker.
And that's 3 for a strike. 0-1.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Double play ball to second. There's one. On to first, double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Right fielder,
Cam Smith up next for the Astros.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
The 0-1. Fastball for a strike.
This guy's not wasting any pitches. Hitters got to get into swing mode. This is a good time to expand the zone. Throw something maybe down in the dirt.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Popped up. And that's the inning. Astros are down quietly. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Back here in Houston, and stepping in for the Yankees, J.C. Escara. Foul ball. The 0-1. And there's the strike. Just
Inside ball.
missed. There he goes down looking.
up next for the Yankees, third baseman, Ryan McMahon.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
Ball.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Up next for the Yankees.
And next for New York, Jose Caballero.
That's a ball.
The 1-0. Swing and a foul out of play. Fastball for a strike.
A 1-2 count. All he's seen is fastballs. You've got to expect something off speed. Stay back.
Here's a 1-2.
Ball 2.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Yankees. Center fielder, Trent Grisham.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Astros bullpen. A.J. Blueball gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Angel De Los Santos.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Nope. Outside. Hey!
McMahon off of first with 2 away. The 1-1 is fouled off. One, 2 now. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The 1-2. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. And that is that. So a strong showing there from the Houston bullpen. Last half of the 8th coming up. Yankees 6 and the Astros nothing. Back here in Houston, bottom of the 8th. Dustin Harris digs in now.
I can't play around with him
inside.
here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot. I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Ah, that
First
hit
base.
him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Astros. Diamond. Yeah.
Fouled off left side. Here comes the 0-1. Outside corner, there's a strike.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and a teaser just off the edge of the plate.
Got him. One gone to the bottom of the 8th.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Judge on the move to the gap. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Out number 2.
Up next for the Astros, the shortstop, Carlos Correa.
Now Correa up to hit. A pair of strikeouts and he's flied to center.
Ooh, Baya You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
The 0-1. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And that is the third out of the inning. So the Astros leave one. They still find themselves down 6-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. They put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
Pitch
Ball.
misses. Ball 1.
Hey!
Next
Ball
offering
2.
is downstairs. Judge comes up empty there. Fights it off. He'll see another. That one ripped. Smith takes it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but
coming up on the first pitch, Trent Grisham stepping in now for the Yankees. And we are underway.
definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
Way inside.
First pitch
That's
strike from the
inside.
pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. The first batter of the game leaves the yard, and the Yankees have the lead. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Well, we see this so much more today. Lineups with pop in the leadoff spot, and it really puts the pitcher in a tough spot out there where he has to execute right away. You can't just get over a couple of strikes to settle in, get comfortable, because at the plate, that guy's looking to do exactly what he just did. Start the game off with a huge bang.
Nope, outside.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
The 1-0. And that one fouled off.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Ball.
That's
Inside, ball 3.
3-1. And ball 4, and
Ball
Judge
4.
takes his walk.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
So a man at first. And up next for New York, Cody Bellinger. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Judge aboard here at first with nobody out. That misses the zone. 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. And that is ball 4, and the Yankees are in business.
2 walks in the first has to be some cause for concern. I mean, you're talking about a guy you want to pitch deep into the ball game. It's not going to help with the pitch count right there. They can't afford to hand out free bases at this rate.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. And now the 0-1.
Ball 1.
Early on in this one, having a hard time getting settled in. He's not showing control to throw strikes, and let alone to throw it where he wants in the strike zone. This could be a tough one for him.
The 1-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Next offering is outside.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's...
Now this one gets through. Here comes the Judge around third. Throw is offline, and he scores. It's 2-0.
Comes through with the RBI. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
First and second, no outs. Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. Under the Mendoza line so far this month.
That's out to center field. He makes the grab. Runner tags at second. The relay. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only 1 out. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. This is an offense, Chris, that's having a hard time scoring runs right now.
Yeah, sometimes things just aren't going to click, and unfortunately what happens is players press, they try to do a little bit more, and they get out of their game. You've got to let the game come to you. If you chase it, it's going to run from you. So this is a team that just needs to calm down, relax, and understand that they're going to come out of this.
First offering way inside, almost got him.
In this situation, the batter's got to know what the pitcher's trying to do to him, and that's trying to get him to hit the ball on the ground, get 2 for 1. You got to look for something up in the zone. At worst case scenario, you deliver the sacrifice fly.
This one in the air, center field. He's got it. Runner tags from third. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and they take a 3-run lead.
Well, he's always capable of losing one over the fence. He might have just missed it right there, but a good job to drive in that run from third.
And stepping in for New York, J.C. Escara. High fly ball, right field. Smith should have this one. And that is that. They get 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 a solo homer. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. Yankees 3, the Astros coming to bat. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And going to the mound in this one for the Yankees, Will Warren. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
This one in the air, right field. Judge tracks it down for the out. One pitch and one out. Now we check out the Astros lineup. And Chris, this group has been struggling to put up runs lately.
Well, they haven't been on base a ton, and even when they are, they haven't been hitting very well with the runners on base. So they need a player or two to really step up, have some quality at bats, hit according to the situation, and sort of break out of this. I think if they do, the rest of this lineup will follow.
Yordan Alvarez in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
Ball 2.
Next pitch is outside. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 3-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And they'll do it again. About to see the 11th pitch of the at-bat here. Swing and a ground ball and foul ball.
Oh, having such a tough time putting him away. 6 foul balls in a row. Man, what a battle.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
7 fouls in a row. Such an impressive at bat we're seeing right here, regardless of how it ends up.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Payoff pitch. Battling here as he fouls it away. Three balls, 2 strikes the count. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Hey! Two down, nobody on. That one the other way. And foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The 1-2. Lined, and that's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Second baseman, Jose.
Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. Hey!
That's a ball.
Paredes, the runner at first with 2 gone. Pulls that one foul.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
On the ground, Chisholm there with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Houston. They trail it here 3-0. All set for the start of the inning, and stepping in for the Yankees, Ryan McMahon. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Swing and a miss at a slider. Eric Summersgill, our plate umpire.
One thing to watch out for, Boog, is what side of the plate Summersgill might be favoring. He usually sets up at an angle. Pitchers sometimes will try to figure that out early so they can attack that spot and get as many strike calls as possible.
Got him swinging.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter and just can eat you up, saw you off. I'll tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
Ball 1, no strikes. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Not even close there. Ball 2. And a strike. Softly hit to third.
That's foul.
But it kicks foul. Not close with that one. And a full count now. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Center fielder, Trent Grisham.
Back to the top of the Yankee order. Here's the center fielder, Trent Grisham. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. Outside with a breaking ball. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch. 1, 2, 3, go the Yankees, but they lead it 3-0. Back here in Houston, and stepping in for the Astros, Christian Walker.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game. Well, that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
That's just misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. That's a ball right with the sweeper. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Stays alive. That one misses.
Base, ball 4.
So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
That one misses. Ball 1. Right there for a strike. Struck him out swinging. Went back to the sweeper, and it was effective. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
1 out man at first. Dustin Harris up next for the Astros. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. On the ground to short, could be 2. 1 at second, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Batting 8th, catcher, Diamond.
And there's a foul ball.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Quick toss to first. Harris back on a dive. That one is absolutely belted. And it's off the out-of-town scoreboard. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Batting 9th, center fielder.
Here's the center fielder, Bryce Matthews.
Nope. Ball 1.
To the right side. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Ball.
Two on, 2 outs.
Yeah.
In for a strike, and now just 1 pitch away from surviving the inning. In the air, left field. Bellinger under it, and that ends the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 3-1 ball game. On to the third inning, and stepping in for the Yankees, Aaron Judge.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Ball, that's down.
That missed by a lot. 3-1 now. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Yankees, left fielder Bellinger.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And there's one down.
Up next.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So now the Yankees cleanup hitter, Ben Rice, singled and drove in a run his first time through.
That's a ball.
On the ground to the left, and it finds its way through for a hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Up next for the Yankees.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep. Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
2 on, 1 out. Nice grab. The feed for one. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. Yankees 3 and the Astros 1. Set for the bottom of the third. Now here's the Astros designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Clobber to right field, way back, gone. Yordan Alvarez circles the bases, and they cut into the deficit.
The hard sinker can be a pretty tough pitch because of the late life and movement, but somehow he got the barrel to that pitch, stayed through it, and really nice job of staying on the backside until it was time to transfer that weight, and a really nice home run.
Ball one, no strikes. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
Well, these Astros showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs.
Here's a drive out to right center. Way back there. Look out. Gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And we're level. It's 3-3.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Jose Altuve, the next to hit. Sliced hard but foul.
Berg, I can't even keep track of how many full counts we've had in this one. I've messed up my scorebook because there have been so many, and you know my scorebook is a work of art.
Nobody on, nobody out. A pair of runs across in the inning here in the last half of the third.
Ball, that's outside.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Action in the pen down there. Angel Chevy getting ready to go. That's to third. McMahon fires over to first. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Missed
Ball
with a
one.
changeup. Ball one.
Ball
He hasn't
two.
wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
That
That's
one
ball
misses. Ball three. That clips the corner. Now he's challenging the called strike. And it's going to stay a strike. Still one challenge left for them. The 3-1. And he walked him.
Ball four.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball four.
Man at first with one gone. Cam Smith up next for the Astros. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass looking for the sac bunt.
When you're struggling out there on the mound, hitters know that there'll be plenty of opportunities within the at-bat to try to get something to hit hard.
Close, but called a ball. And 1-1. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. Tied up here in the early going.
Ball, that's outside.
The next
That's
offering
ball
misses. 2-2. Got him. That K is his third of the game.
That was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with two strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Hard on the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But two round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. We're tied now at 3 apiece. As we go to the top of the fourth, and stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr. There's a strike.
You know, these Yankees doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Foul ball, still 0-2.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later. Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Oh, that got away from him.
He got hit.
And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning. Grounder might be 2. Over to Altuve. 2 gone as they hit into their second double play in the first 4 innings.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Base is empty after the double play. Ryan McMahon steps to the plate.
That's a ball. That's ball 2.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Up next for the Yankees, shortstop, Jose Caballero.
Right side, hard hit. That's the 3rd out. The Yanks lead 1, so no change in the score. It's 3-3.
Now pitching for the Yankees.
Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the 4th. Angel Chevy.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Yainer Diaz now at the plate. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Nope.
Check swing, and he went. And the count 1-1.
Ball 2.
Fouled off. He was late. On the ground, right side. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Center fielder, Bryce Matthews.
Hey!
Swing and a miss. Oh, and he lost the handle on that one. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Good job to fight that one off.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of changeups. Probably won't see another one here.
Struck him out of the foul tip.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. I tell you what, that's a tremendous two-strike pitch.
Correa in the box again, takes a strike. Two down, nobody on. Outside corner, got him looking. Nothing doing there for Houston. 4 innings in the books, tied 3-3.
Now pitching.
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Brian Abreu.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Leading off for the Yankees, center fielder Trent Grisham.
You know, these Yankees doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The 0-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Up next for the Yankees, right fielder Aaron Judge.
Ball.
Movement in the bullpen. Steven Okert, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. Abreu, 6'1" righty, 230 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
That's ball 2.
Up the middle, and he can't come up with it. Still fires to first, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
For the Yankees, left fielder Cody Bellinger.
Here's Cody Bellinger. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, and he just misses.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
He was late there. Strike 1.
That's a ball.
And Belly goes down on strikes. Down in order go the Yankees. Halfway home, tied at 3. Bottom of the inning. So now the Astros designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. And that is downstairs. And that is ball 1.
Ball. Hey!
No his second home run of the game, and they rallied from 3 back. It's 4-3.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Well, these Astros really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
Hey!
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Last half of inning number 5.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Pitch misses. Ball 3. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
The other way, and a base hit.
Up next for the Astros,
Jose Altuve up to hit here.
Jose Altuve.
When the skipper calls
That's
down
inside.
to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
On the ground to third, might be 2. Over to Jazz, there's 1. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
Oh man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
First baseman, Christian Walker.
Hard ground ball, base knock. And that keeps the inning alive.
Waste no time there. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So next up for Houston, Cam Smith.
No, inside.
Walker leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swings over the top of that one. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Ball, that's in.
Goes down looking. Astros notch a run on the solo homer. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Ben Rice
Leading
stepping
off
in now for the Yankees.
First baseman, Ben Rice.
Foul ball.
The 0-1.
Ball one.
The Astros have some action in their pen. Steven Okert appears to be getting loose. And a count 1-2.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. One away.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Giancarlo Stanton.
And that's fouled off. The Yanks down by a run, and we're the top half of the 6th. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. will hit next. Two down, nobody on. Tap foul at the plate. Here's a 1-1. And it's fouled away.
Ball.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that
Ball
one missing low.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Swing and a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
Now pitching for the Yankees.
Back now for the bottom of the
Number
6th, and there's a new
75,
pitcher on the mound, Camilo Doval. He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh.
Leading off for the Astros, left fielder, Dustin Harris.
Ball. Down.
Soft contact in the air. In plenty of time to first. A great play deep in the hole.
Astros, catcher Diners. Yeah.
Movement in the Yankees pen. Tim Hill preparing to come on if needed. And the 1-0.
Hey!
Hard ground ball, base knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Astros.
Bryce Matthews up next for the Astros. Here's your 1. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. And a slider misses down and away. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Such a challenge when a guy's got great velocity. He's throwing a slider over 90 miles per hour. You want to be ready to hit that fastball, but that late break just eats you up every time.
And that's in there for strike 1. Gets him to chase after that one.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Diaz off of first with 2 away. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Up next.
Here's Jordan Alvarez. He's already homered twice, the last one back in the 5th.
Just seems like he can't miss right now, seeing the baseball as well as anyone on the field. Now, I know the odds are against him, but who's going to bet against this guy right now?
On a line, base hit. Coming home, fires it to the plate. Safe. In comes the run from second. 5-3 now.
Picks himself up an RBI. When you see a ball come off the bat like that, you know it was pretty much a perfect swing. And for me, I start wondering, and I'm looking on the computer, what was the exit velocity? This time 106.
Up next.
Next to hit, Isaac Paredes. He blasted one out earlier in the 3rd.
Just a solo home run, but an important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen him do it once. Can he do it again?
And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
And at bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
In the air to left center, Bellinger in a full sprint makes the grab on the run. And that's the 3rd out. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 5-3.
Now
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Steven Okert. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. Swing and a foul straight back.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
Swings through that one.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Ball, that's out.
The Yankees looking to rally.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Just missed.
Hey!
The Astros leading by 2 here in the top half of inning number 7. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. And fouled off.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
The tying run at the plate. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Ball, that's inside.
And it's
That's
filled
ball
up.
3.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Booth.
And ball 4
Nope.
there. Tying
Ball
run
4.
is on base.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
That
Ball 1
misses. That's 5 straight.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. Another homer. His 2nd homer of the night. And they've rallied from 3 back. It's 6-5. These fans are dealing with some heartbreak right now.
What a timely home run that is. Now they're in the driver's seat, and you can't overstate the impact he's had on this game.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Steven Okert departs. And he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. A.J. Blueball gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here is Aaron Judge. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Other thing in this part, I mean, he could sneeze one over the left field wall into those Crawford box seats. In there at the knees for a strike. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's the challenge. And the strike is overturned after review. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. .3-0 down. Their Judge takes a strike.
Thought the green light might be on right there, but maybe not. If you're looking to swing in that count, that's the pitch you want.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Payoff pitch. That's too high, and it's ball 4. Another walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Just
inside,
missed.
ball 1.
Man at first, one away.
Ball 2.
Judge on the run. Liner snagged at first. To the bag himself. It's a double play, and that'll end the inning. Yankees with a 3-run shot. It's now 6-5. Set for the last half of the 7th. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Jose Altuve.
I say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives you a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. In the air, right field. He's got it, and there's one down.
Up next for the Astros, first baseman, Christian Walker.
And that is out of play. Strike 2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Camilo Doval won't go any further tonight. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
On the
Yankees,
mound now, Jake
number 59,
Bird.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Cam Smith getting ready to hit. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. And that's
that's
off
in.
the inside edge. And that's ball 1. Ground ball up the middle. Caballero on the run. Throw to first. In time. Got him. Astros go down 1-2-3. Still a tight ball game. It's 6-5. Back here in Houston. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Ben Rice. That's in there. In for a strike. 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
The 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Nope,
And
that's a ball.
awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And now it's
That's
even up.
inside.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
2-2 down. And
Ball
downstairs. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In time to get him. 1 away and a strikeout.
Next for the Yankees is designated hitter Giancarlo Stanton.
And first offering is fouled off.
Aye.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. On the ground to first. Oh, great stop. Onto the pitcher. And they get the out.
Up next for the Yankees, second baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees.
Hey!
Check swing. He went. And the count is 0-2.
Man, this has been a real important inning in relief. I mean, so far, they've been doing a great job holding that deficit at 1.
2 down, nobody on.
3!
Caught him looking for the K. So the Yanks go in order. They lead it, however, it's 6-5. Back here in Houston, and stepping in for the Astros, Dustin Harris. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees, David Bednar. The closer getting cranked up for a possible save opportunity. Cruz getting loose as well. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And this one could be extra bases. Throws to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. A chance now to even the score and maybe extend this game.
That one finds the zone. Strike one. So the tying run at second. He's trying for third. Pitch misses.
No.
Third. Save. And the tying run is now only 90 feet away.
I think he surprised everyone in the ballpark, and especially the pitcher. It wasn't a great lead there, but when he took off, I think he caught him off guard. Nice job to get to third.
Just a slow ground ball this time, but it kicks foul. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Now here is Bryce Matthews.
Ball that's low.
And that one is downstairs. Ball one.
Don't be surprised to ball on the ground to the corners that they come home with the baseball instead of going to first base.
That misses the zone, and the count is 2-0.
Well, this is a little tough for the hitter. In the back of the mind, you're wondering, with first base open, am I going to get a pitch to hit? Got to stay back, let your hands work, stay in the middle of the field.
That one in for a strike. 2-2. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
The Astros with the go-ahead run at the plate here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a chopper. Now he launches a throw over his head. And the runner is in to score from third. Bad mistake there. And he's into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
Shortstops have to make some pretty difficult throws across the field sometimes. Might have tried to put a little too much behind that one, but clearly he got under the throw. Didn't stay on top. Not a good release point, and it just took off on him.
Here's Carlos Correa.
All one.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Back and forth we go, a seesaw battle into late stages of this one. Ground ball left side, down the line, and it's foul. Foul ball left side, he'll see another. Man at second.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Good job to fight that one off. Here's a 2-2. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper. Yordan Alvarez. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And ball 4 to a ball.
Well, he took his chance at getting in the chase right there, but with first base open, walked out a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Yeah, that's it for a strike. 0-1.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue to finish off this hitter.
That's off the inside corner, and the count even 1-1. That's a strike thanks to the sweeper.
Probably the best one we have seen. Throwing it where he wanted to, have a nice tight spin to it, and the teaser just off the edge of the plate.
2 on, 1 out. Hit on the ground to the right side, and it's just foul. That was close. Here's a 2-2. Got him looking.
Big strikeout there as he works to strand that go-ahead run at second base, but job's not done yet. Got to get that last out before you can exhale and get back into the dugout. It's kind of tough to do with this home crowd applying so much pressure.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Jake Bird out of the game, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for the Yankees.
Fernando Cruz gets the ball now.
Fernando Cruz.
Go ahead run on base. Isaac Paredes up next for the Astros. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Matthews over at second. Correa at first. 2 out of the inning. And that one fouled off. The 1-1. In for a strike, and now just 1 pitch away from surviving the inning. Check swing, appeal to first. No swing, just held it back there. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Good job at damage control right there. So they even it up here as we head for a good finish to this one. Through 8 full, and we're all even at 6 apiece. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Angel De Los Santos. He's been so good against lefties.
Leading off for the Yankees. That's
Nope. Outside.
The 1-1. That's down and in. Ryan McMahon in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Inside ball 4. And the go-ahead run is on base.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Yeah, that's fouled off. That one in there across the letters.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days. You would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Next offering is down low. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Oh, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
Go ahead run on base. Jose Caballero stepping in now for the Yankees. Right down to shoot. That's strike one. Slider for a strike. The Yankees with the go-ahead run at first here at the top of the ninth. In there, got him looking for the K.
Well, big strikeout right there, and maybe a little controversial with the call. I think he got a little bit of favor on the mound, no question about it. It's not exactly what you want to see in a big spot like that, and I'm sure there's some chirping going on from the dugout, making it clear that wasn't his best call behind the plate today.
That's a ball.
The 1-0. Tap foul at the plate. One now. And that drops in for a strike. Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. On the inside corner for called strike three. It's the ninth, and we are tied. Bottom of the ninth inning, and this one is tied, coming right down to the wire. And here now is the Astros cleanup hitter, Jose Altuve. Fastball for a strike.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Here comes the 0-1. And a swing and a miss there. Movement in the Yankees pen. Tim Hill, the lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Bednar also throwing. On the ground right side. Rice steps on the bag. A huge out to start the bottom of the ninth.
Astros. First baseman, Christian Walker.
And he hits a ground ball right side. 2 out.
Up next for the Astros, right fielder.
Tied at 6. And next to hit for Houston, Cam Smith.
That's a ball.
Swings through that.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Trying to send this to extra innings.
No, that's low.
Pitch misses, and the count is 3-1. Dustin Harris in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swing and a miss, and the count's full. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. That's the third out, and we're headed to extras. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. Score remains tied, 6 apiece. Back here in Houston, on to extra innings. Aaron Judge stepping in now for the Yankees. Man at second, nobody out, and Chris, certainly one of the things in his head is trying to get the runner over.
Yeah, the way that we see the game played today, though, guys are not sacrificing as much just to get that runner across. They're really looking at doing damage. Slugging is the name of the game.
Man at second.
Ball, that's too high.
I think part of that goes into it's just so hard to come up with hits. In today's game, starters don't go deep, and so hitters are seeing multiple pitchers every night, and that makes it more challenging just to come up with a single. One up, one down.
Next to the Yankees, left fielder, Bellinger.
In there at the knees. 0-1. One out. The go-ahead run is at second. Here are the top half of the 10th. Outside with a breaking ball. That one misses, and it's 2-1. This ball's chopped on the ground. Altuve tosses to first. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to third.
Up next for the Yankees, first baseman, Ben.
Go-ahead run on base. Ben Rice, the next to hit. There's a strike. This one chopped on the ground, but foul.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boone. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Into the outfield, base hit. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single, and they've got the lead in extra innings.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Ball.
This one in the air, right field. Fair ball. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Up next for the Yankees, second baseman.
Now Jazz Chisholm Jr. steps up for a big at-bat.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Ripped, but it curls foul. Two on, 2 outs. Ripped to third. They take the force out. They limit the damage here. 1 run in the inning, but they lead 2. Last chance to even things up. We head to the bottom of inning number 10. It's the Yankees 7 and the Astros 6. Welcome back, and here comes the closer, David Bednar.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at bats they can. So,
runner in scoring position, no outs. Dustin Harris digs in now, 1 for 4 with a double. Bunting, but that's a foul ball.
well, comfortable or not, these are the situations closers they seem to live for. When you get into some hot water, a jam, tough spot, whatever you want to call it, but this is where they earn their keep.
Trying to move him over here. Throws across the diamond, and here in the 10th, the leadoff man is out. Tap foul at the plate. Now the 0-1. And that's too high.
Ball 1.
Looked like a strike to me. And here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The 0-2. Way inside, gets out of the way. 1 out, the runner at second, and the home team trying to pull it out. Spikes that one, it goes to the backstop. A wild pitch, and the tying run is now 90 feet away.
Well, he's got nobody to blame but himself. With 1 out, a runner on third can come home all sorts of ways now. That's why, as a pitcher, you have to execute pitches even better when there are runners on base.
And that's a strikeout looking. And they're down to their last out.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Astros down to their last out. Bryce Matthews up next for the Astros. That one finds the zone, and that is strike 1. Ball 1 there. And fouled off.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
This could end it. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And this one is over with the tying run stranded just 90 feet away.
The number 7 is such a cool and sort of lucky number. Well, this team has been playing really well, but to win 7 games in a row, there's been some luck and there's